Hello, hello. Quick check here. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. First off, much gratitude to everyone putting this together. Honored and grateful to be here representing Pappy. And when it comes to this picture right here, this is not just a picture. This is the next torchbearer in manifestation. So his direct lineage comes from Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, and then him passing the torch to Pappy D'Annunzio. So one of the biggest things a part of Pappy is paying it forward. So what's so dear to his heart is literally helping our fellow brothers and sisters awaken that untapped creative power and potential within them and remembering who they truly are. So through his entire company and corporations, one thing that changed my life is when I read this in his book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. At age 6 years old, he looked into his eyes of his grandparents and his mother, and he saw pure hopelessness. As soon as he saw that, he made a commitment to the higher power, the universal light, and he said, I will do everything within my whole power to never see that hopelessness again. As soon as I heard that, I said, I cannot, I'm enrolled, I follow, let's have some fun, let's share what this means too. So he travels all across the world, teaching people how to manifest anything you can imagine. The health, the wealth, the love, the happiness, the spirituality, the relationships of your dreams. So this picture here is in Nakuru, Kenya. It's so amazing hearing the children when they never heard of manifestation in their first time listening to it. Now, it didn't just start there. So you see that first thing where it says $2 million in debt. 1989, he was left with something unfortunate that happened. His father passed away and left him with $2 million in debt. Now, that alone would sometimes crumble people, right? Now, what happened? He didn't let it affect him. Life happened for him. And he merged into multi-million-dollar companies, taking from his $2,000 first client to managing over $1 billion as well. From owning $0 in real estate to having a multi-million-dollar real estate company. Now, when you think of manifestation, what's great about Pappy is he does it in multifacets. So real estate to being an international best-selling book, to having a successful global charity, to managing over $1 billion, that's multifaceted in many of different areas. So he's literally taken this universal laws and simplified it for all of us to wherever you're at to manifest your dreams. So these are just a few of his books. The Manifest Anything You Can Imagine changed my life, like I just mentioned. I'm a strong believer in self-development and taking it to the next level, and that book right there is literally what I'm going to show you, something very powerful here. Who's seen the book on the left side here? Think and Grow Rich? Who's read that? So it's probably credited to making the most millionaires out there and sold over 100 million copies personally, and over 300 million people have read this book. Now, Think and Grow Rich is for the last 100 years, and Manifest Anything You Can Imagine is for the next 100 years. So literally, guys, we all are strong believers in manifestation and using our physiology to really take it to the next level. So what I'd love to encourage us, let's have some fun. Let's bring our hands together real quick. Let's do a slow clap before Pappy jumps on stage. And I'm going to ask one more thing. So let's bring our full physiology, and if you can, say Pappy, 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 Pappy. With further ado, Pappy D'Annunzio, please come to the stage. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. I'm going to start off a little bit different to keep the clapping going. If some of you, a little intergenerational, I love music, and hopefully I've met brothers and sisters here from a number of different states across the country. So if you want to clap along with me a little bit, you may recognize this song. Once I get started, I love the enthusiasm. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes. Something without warning, love, weighs heavy on my mind. But then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day. Namaste, my fellow brothers and sisters. Thank you so much. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. Thank you so much for having me today. Namaste, the spirit in me greets the spirit in you. I just ask us to start off and think at the beginning. I've had so many wonderful conversations over this weekend with so many wonderful fellow brothers and sisters here. I talk a lot about I'm a human walking, talking pep talk. However much you think you could be loved, I love you more than that. However much talent you think you have, I think you have even more talent. And I always like to start and just think off to set a baseline. If you were to grade yourself, and you'll hear me talk about this, you can go and follow me on social media. I'm all over the place. HWLHRS. Think about your health, your wealth, your happiness, your love, your relationships, your spirituality. And all I do, all Pappy does, and all Pappy Mindset Coach does is offer you suggestions. That's all I'm here for, is just to offer suggestions. I would just ask you to think about, if you were going to give yourself a grade, as you can recognize, I'm old school. I've been around for 7 decades. Give yourself a grade on your health, physical health, mental wellness. Give yourself a grade on your wealth, any and all things money and finances, credit cards, everything. Love. Are you happy with the love in your life? Happiness, relationship, spirituality. And all I'm here to offer you, my fellow brothers and sisters, is an opportunity, as Adam said, that my grandparents, my Italian grandparents came here from the slums of Naples, Italy. My Polish grandparents who came here from the ghettos of Warsaw, Poland, an opportunity that they did not have. There's been so many glorious conversations with dozens of my fellow brothers and sisters here today that we talked more about the 5D world and meditation and gratitude and how to manifest than my grandparents and parents ever heard in their entire life. So that's how powerful this is. So I ask you to just grade yourself on these grades. You've been here for 20 years, 40 years, 60 years, 80 years or more. What grades would you give yourself? If you have an A+ in every category, then you don't need to listen to Pappy. You can take a break, go enjoy some of this beautiful sunshine. But I'm talking to our brothers and sisters on 6 continents. I'm still working on Antarctica. There's not a lot of people in Antarctica. I'm working on that. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Oceania, Australia, etc. And our brothers and sisters are not happy with their grades. And I would suggest to you that we've been on a 3D highway with over 9 out of 10 of our fellow brothers and sisters. 97 out of 100. Ancient Ascended Master Council says, Pappy, over 9 out of 10 of your fellow brothers and sisters are getting a failing grade on manifesting the life of their dreams. You have a perfect spirit, perfect spiritual DNA, and a perfect spiritual spark inside you to be able to manifest anything you can imagine. It doesn't have to be these categories I'm talking about. It could be other categories as well. As I said earlier, my fellow brothers and sisters, I only offer suggestions. That's all I do. I come to you from a perspective of 100% spirituality. I don't talk about religion. I stay neutral as to everything. I stay neutral as to government. I stay neutral as to politicians. I stay neutral as to countries. I stay neutral. My goal is to stay neutral to everything that human beings argue about. I want to stay neutral to everything. I come to you from a perspective of 100% spirituality, from pure 100% spiritual. There is perfect, there is pure spirit, power, and energy flowing down into you and through you. Our 8 billion fellow brothers and sisters, 8 billion plus fellow brothers and sisters have this perfect power and spirit and energy flowing down into and through you. And what are you doing that with your life? That's what I'm here. I'm here to shine universal light and awaken this untapped creative power that lives within every one of my fellow brothers and sisters on this planet Earth, and to get you to remember. You came here, my fellow brothers and sisters, to get to remember. When I was listening to the master at the hotel do the breakout session yesterday morning, and he was talking, I could pick up so many words, and the woman was very good who was there to help him. She said, you may not understand all the words that the master's saying, but you will get this into your subconscious mind just as powerfully if you just get in flow with this. And she was very accurate when she said that. And I would hear him say a few words, and I would hear him say meditate. I would hear him say a few words. I'd hear him say love. I'd hear him say a few words. I'd hear him say vibration. I'd hear him say a few words, and I picked up the word frequency. This is the master. We're all talking about the same things. We come to it from a little bit different perspective. Well, my goal today is I've been on Earth for 7 decades, and I want to take what I've learned in 7 decades and compress that and give it to you on a silver platter. I have a 28-day manifesting course, an education course that I'll mention as well. Adam, the big guy, very few people I look up to on Earth. Adam, I look up to him. He's a very tall guy. But Adam can talk to you about that. I would just mention that I have my course discounted more than I've ever discounted in my entire life. I have it discounted. It's the price he'll talk to you about. But also I've agreed with Pari to help PSSM Global to share and give PSSM Global 50% of the selling price, 50% of the selling price of the course. So I think it's worth, I literally have millions of dollars invested. I've literally taken everything I learned in my entire life about manifesting law of attraction. It is in those 28 days. I talked to a billionaire. I would talk to them about the same exact information I would talk to any of our brothers and sisters. So that's what's in the 28-day course. It's $297. Again, PSSM Global is getting 1/2 of that. Adam can talk to you about that. He's in charge of all that. I do a buy one, give one. Buy one, give one. To our fellow brothers and sisters, if you do buy it, know that at least one copy of that's going somewhere else. I just got accepted to the Yuva school in India. I worked on this for quite a long time. I was the second person who got invited in after Tony Robbins. A number of you may recognize that name, Tony Robbins. They have over 7,000 schools and over 7 million students in India who I've introduced this class to as well. They're very excited about helping the next generation, and that's what I'm here for, to help the next generation. What I'm talking about today, billionaires, millionaires, CEOs, athletes, you can be an artist, anything on earth. If you pay attention, you'll start to see a common thread here regarding manifesting and the law of attraction. You'll see a common thread. Manifesting is just a fancy word for creating. You all have creative powers within you that are beyond your imagination. You have no idea, and I love all of you dearly, but you have no idea how powerful you are, that you literally have the ability within you to manifest anything you can imagine. Manifesting is a fancy word for creating. You have the ability to create, inside of you, to create anything you could ever imagine. So you came here to create, you came here to co-create. You are an extension. This perfection that's inside of you, it came from somewhere. It came from Source. You're an extension of Source energy. The perfection inside of you is an extension of Source energy. So we're talking about manifesting and law of attraction. Law of attraction is sort of a fancy phrase, but it's pretty simple. Like attracts like. You are a magnet. Just think of yourself that you are a magnet, and what you put out comes back to you. I'll quote a very famous reference here in just a second I think that you recognize. My grandparents never knew about this. They worked in those steel mills of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My Italian grandfather for over 40 years, my Polish grandfather for over 40 years, my dad for 25 years, and he gets a bright idea to buy a restaurant, and then we're working 7 days a week at the restaurant. That was the 3D world. If you want to make more and do better, you got to work 50 hours a week. You got to work 60 hours a week or longer. The sweat of your brow, the ache of your back, that's a 3D world. That is not how we're meant to create here on this planet. I want to suggest to you today that you live in a thought world within a thought universe. You live in a thought world within a thought universe is what I want to suggest to you today. I love this from Buddha. I always have this. This isn't just for the audience. I love this quote from Buddha. You become what you think, you attract what you feel, and you create what you imagine. Those are your thoughts. When you have that thought in your mind, it is not just a 3D thought, my fellow brothers and sisters. When you have a thought in your mind, there's a firework that goes off up in the 5th dimension or above. And when that dust and that smoke settles from that dust, from that firework, from your thought, you see the faint outline of what you're thinking about. A new car, a new bicycle, a better grade in school, a significant other, someone to love, better health, better mental wellness, whatever it is, starts with one thought. One of the happiest days of my life, I thought that thoughts came in, I'm getting a thought, okay, a thought's a thought when it comes in. The day when you can identify a thought that comes into you from your conscious mind versus a thought that comes into you from your subconscious mind. That's what all the masters and everyone at PSSM is teaching you, is meditation. People come up to you all the time, Pappy, first one thing, I don't understand what you're talking about. It's the first time I heard about this, but if you turn me on to one thing, Pappy, it is how powerful my subconscious mind is. You've turned me on to how powerful this is. How do I access it? 2 times in a day, you are naturally right next to your subconscious mind. 2 times every day. Right when you very first wake up in the morning and right before you very first go to sleep at night. Those 2 times. Now what's PSSM Global teaching, which is why I love my wonderful brothers and sisters here, meditation is the best way to have access to your subconscious mind during the course of the day. you look at successful CEOs, athletes all the way across the board, and listen to them talk about meditation. You're getting your conscious mind, which I call your stinking thinking. Dolores Cannon called our conscious mind Mr. Stupid. Now, that's Dolores Cannon. She was a genius. Said, that's Mr. Stupid. Get that out of the way. Get access to this rich treasure in your subconscious mind. I have a simple image for what it looks like for your subconscious mind. The manifesting law of attraction. Like attracts like. You are a magnet, my fellow brothers and sisters. Be very careful on the words that you speak. Be very careful on the words that you hear. Words carry meaning, equally or of greater importance. Words carry vibration. Words carry frequency. I'm going to show you in a second how powerful that is. I try to make this as simple as possible. Think it and create it. Apply emotion to it. Give gratitude. Take action on it. Hold it and enjoy it. It starts in your thoughts, and the secret sauce in your life is your emotions and your feelings. I can guarantee you, I give very few guarantees, but I can guarantee you, my fellow brothers and sisters, whatever you really want, whatever you really want, you feel that emotion even from me, I don't even know what I'm thinking, whatever you really want, you are going to get. I can guarantee that. Whatever you really don't want, you're going to get that as well. You're thinking the thought, you're applying your emotion. Emotion is the secret sauce. That is what delivers it to you. So what am I talking about? You think it and you create it. That's what Buddha said. Buddha said you'll become what you think. That's exactly, we're all talking the same language. You will attract what you feel. Vibrations coming out of all of us. We're all in an energy field within the field of consciousness. We are all connected. We're connected to trees, plants, grass, every living thing. Everything on earth is vibrating. You can look at a piece of metal up here on the stage or a piece of concrete. Put that under a microscope. It's vibrating. This entire universe is vibrating, is full of energy. Some of it's moving slower than others. Then gratitude. I heard the master who was teaching the class the other morning mention a number of words I didn't hear, and I heard gratitude a number of times. What the universe loves, my fellow brothers and sisters, when you give gratitude for something that you as of yet, right now, do not hold in your hand in this 3D world. You give gratitude for that in advance, and I will guarantee you glorious, wonderful things will happen. It's one of the few things that the universe loves you so much that if you give gratitude for something, when you give gratitude, you are literally at the same vibration as abundance. So you want abundance, health, wealth, love, happiness, relationships, spirituality. You get at that level, and you will have abundance in your life if you give gratitude for that ahead of time. You will pull that into you like a magnet. I'll quote a lot of intelligent people. They'll say, yeah, Pappy, whatever, I did okay in school. I played football. You know, I was younger. I used to like to hit people. We ran into people all day long playing football in high school and college. But what did Albert Einstein say? He said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. If any of you ever heard the comment where spirituality meets science, you get to the very top of everything on the science side of the world, of the universe. You get to the very top from spirituality, and you look at each other up there. That's how the Creator created all this. You can get there either way. You get these geniuses I'll show you all the time. I talk about Albert Einstein, one of the smartest people to walk planet Earth the last 200 years. This is physics. It must meet that vibration, that frequency. Your thoughts harness and direct energy. So what did I say a little bit ago? For decades, I thought when I had a thought, it was just a thought. I said, that's just a thought. My fellow brothers and sisters, I'm offering suggestions. The suggestions are when you have a thought, you have harnessed and gathered energy. And that's what this whole entire universe is about. Like a cowboy movie, you got a lasso and you lassoed it. Like a nature movie, when they're getting butterflies with a big net, you grab that energy in that net. And now when you gather that energy, it's inside of you. What do you do with it? Well, when you have a thought, you're doing something with it. You have a thought, you gather that energy, and you've directed it somewhere. Remember how powerful I said you are earlier. Be very, very, very careful where you direct that energy. Energy directs matter, and matter creates things. The spirituality community knew this decades and decades ago, and the scientists are just starting to figure this out now. Hey, this energy, and then it layers on top of each other in waves, and then that creates things. This is how everything was created. Since the dawn of time, since the universe was created, this is exactly how it happened. Your thoughts harness and direct energy. Energy directs matter, and matter creates things. I'll quote, if someone were to say, Pappy, do you think there's anyone out there in the last couple hundred years who is smarter than Albert Einstein? My first thing I would come up with is Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla figured out over 100 years ago how to provide free electricity to all of us. He figured out things you can't even imagine, the breakthroughs that he had. He cracked this code over 100 years ago. Nikola Tesla was walking out of a building, and a gentleman came up to him and says, Mr. Tesla, I think you're the smartest person on earth. Can you please tell me what you think I need to do, what's most important for me to be successful here on planet Earth and to succeed and be as successful as I possibly can? And Nikola Tesla told the gentleman, he said, sir, if you want to be as successful as possible, you need to understand three things. This is the smartest person on earth, arguably. You need to understand three things: energy, vibration, and frequencies. Buddha said you will attract what you feel. What was Buddha talking about? You think a thought up over your head. You focus on it. Remember what I told you. Emotions and feelings are the magic. That's the magic sauce. It comes down into you once you start to have emotions and feelings. That vibration is flowing out of your subconscious mind. It's flowing out of your body. You will attract. I communicated with Patriji and Madhavi and everyone way before we ever had a verbal, physical conversation. The way we're communicating right now, there's air coming across my vocal cords. The entire universe does not communicate this way. We live in a non-verbal, non-linguistic universe. Everything's telepathic. Everything's telepathic. You're communicating more than you could ever imagine before you even say a word. The vibration that's coming out of you. The vibration that's coming out of you. Nikola Tesla's figured this out ages ago. Again, your thoughts create emotions and feelings. These emotions, feelings create vibrations, and these create frequencies. This is the language of the universe, as I was just describing to you a second ago. I'll just have a real quick one here. Dr. Emoto, everything in the universe is in a state of vibration. If you can make a note of him, Dr. Emoto, E-M-O-T-O. Go home and look it up on Google. Go home and look it up. Dr. Emoto he started with a very simple research. He was in his house. He had 2 pitchers of water in 2 glass containers. He walked up to the water every day. There was a pitcher and a pitcher. He walked up to the first pitcher every day and he said, I love you. I love you. He went to the next pitcher of water and said, I hate you. I hate you. He's talking to water. He froze that water, and go online, look him up and see what water looks like if you tell it you love it every day. What did I say earlier? We live in an energy field within a field of consciousness. This water holds consciousness. When you go for a walk in the park, you're not the only entity there. Trees recognize you. They are conscious that you are walking by them. Plants, everything green, rabbits, they understand exactly what's going on. They're a lot smarter in nature than we are. Just go take a look at Dr. Emoto. So you say, Pappy, you seem to be the kind of guy that has like a purpose or has a message. What's your message? My message, my fellow brothers and sisters, is that your body is comprised of 3/4 water, 75%. If you ever want to go look up someone else, look up Neville Goddard, Goddard. He said you can manifest anything that you want to in life with self-talk, and then you apply some emotions and feelings to it. By self-talk, just by what you tell yourself all day long, you can manifest anything you can imagine. You can say, Pappy, well, I'm not sure, like this is going, where are you going at with here? Because I got so many things in my life. I would not. You're saying, Pappy, I got all this power, and I can manifest anything I can imagine. Where's all this coming from? What's going on with it? I mean, you said take my grades, Pappy. I gave myself my grades. My grades, I'm not too happy with these things. Average human being has 60,000 thoughts per day, up to 60,000. 80% are negative, 90% are recurring. To make the math easy, for every 5 thoughts that our fellow brothers and sisters are having, 4 are negative. And we wonder why we have so much negativity in our life. Now, thank goodness for Source being all-knowing, all-guiding, all-loving, and love is the key word. That's the most important law in this entire universe. Source says, I'm going to give you a lot more weight for your positive thoughts than for your negative thoughts. If they were equal weighted, we'd never have a chance. But that's what I'm here for, to get, I believe in every person in this room. I believe in you 100%. I believe you can get 1% better, and that's all it takes, a little tiny bit. This is about changing your life into a manifesting lifestyle, and you are on what I would call a manifesting journey through your life. You're on a manifesting journey. I'll talk about secrets on the time. I want to make sure they gave me the special inside cue, so I want to make sure I stay on time, so I may just skip over a couple. But I wanted to share with you 3 secrets today, and the first is absolutely the most important. Because a lot of people don't talk about this for some reason. It befuddled me. This was a real sticking point that made it hard for me to manifest anything I could imagine. I finally cracked this code years ago. I became 100% confident. I manifested everything in my life. I became 100% confident that I did it all through the law of attraction. And from that day forward, I swore I would share the secret with every fellow brother and sister of mine for the rest of my life as long as I'm processing oxygen on this planet. So the rules of the game, intentions, actions, and gratitude. You'll hear me talk a lot about gratitude. It's something that you can start to do today. You don't need to read manifesting books or law of attraction or anything. You can start to give genuine gratitude. And that's a pretty good check. It's a pretty good internal check. You go home, you say, "This Pappy, I'm going to try giving some gratitude." And you're going to feel maybe uncomfortable or it's awkward or you stop doing it after a few seconds. There you go, my fellow brothers and sisters. You got a little tell. You got some feedback there. Can you honestly, genuinely do this? Can you honestly go home and look around whatever room you're at and give gratitude for 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 things in that room? And not just the object, would just say, give gratitude for that. It's a little thing. Maybe it costs $5, but maybe your parents spent their hard-earned money taking you on vacation somewhere, and maybe it was even a stay vacation. Maybe you didn't even leave the city, but they took what they had, their hard-earned labor, work. They took their money, and they took you to a stay vacation. I met a gentleman at the hotel. He was having a great time. He was there with his significant other woman this morning. I'm talking to him. That's what he was doing. He's having a staycation. He says, "Pappy, so all I got is enough money to stay for one night. I live in Los Angeles, and he's staying at the Hilton Garden Inns where I'm staying at." Can you be happy for that? Give gratitude for that. The game of life. You, my fellow brothers and sisters, if I can only impress one thing on it, that you and I are in a game of life. Us and our 8 billion fellow plus brothers and sisters, we are in a game of life. And in order to succeed at any game, you have to understand the rules. Big picture, not to overwhelm, but I just put these here just to go through them and take a look. The number one law, as I mentioned earlier, is the law of love. The law of love is the only law that fulfills all other laws. People say, "Pappy, why do we come here to earth?" All I do is offer you suggestions, but I can offer you some real good ones. You come here, my fellow brothers and sisters, first and foremost to love yourself. And it's not narcissistic. When you wake up one day and you understand how much power you have and how many gifts you've been given, that you have a perfect spirit, perfect spiritual DNA, perfect spiritual spark, that you have been given free will. A lot of planets throughout this entire universe, you don't get free will. This is very special here. You get free will. You got perfection across the board. You've got these superpowers inside of you. You are an eternal, ethereal, spiritual being. And I say, I always put myself out of the way. Forget about Pappy. What did Buddha say? We'll go back to Buddha. I talk about him all the time. Buddha said, I can recount 550 lives that I spent here on earth. I reached out to Ancient Ascended Master Council and said, that is the most phenomenal thing I could ever imagine, 550 lives. And Ancient Ascended Master Council said, Pappy, that's not even half of it. Buddha spent more than 550 lives in other dimensions, other densities, and other planes. I say HOF, you hear me say Hall of Fame, that's Hall of Fame. Buddha, Krishna, Vishnu, Yeshua. I say Jesus, when he walked on planet Earth, they didn't call him Jesus. He was called Yeshua. Look at these laws, the law of balance. Everything's in balance. This universe is perfectly balanced, masculine, feminine, 50-50, 50-50 across the board. The law of energy, what did I say? This entire universe is all about energy. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy. My fellow brothers and sisters, everything on earth, all the important things, energy, matter, life, your life, my life, when you incarnate and come back, it flows into form, through form, and back out of form. It's not destroyed. This whole universe was created 13, 14 billion years ago. It was created then. There's not any more energy created or destroyed. The wonderful people in the front row here, the amount of distance between me and any of my fellow brothers and sisters in the front row is enough energy to create an entire universe. And I'm dead serious about that. That's how powerful this universe is. The energy that's between us, this living, original, formless, thinking substance, is that powerful. There's enough energy between us to create an entire another universe. Law of divine oneness, the law of increase. Thank goodness this universe was set up under a law of increase. The Creator said 13, 14 billion years ago, we're all together. Creator said one day, I am curious. Let's grow. Let's go out and increase. We come here to further express, expand, increase, and grow. And that is what we're doing. That's the co-creation relationship we have with Source. the law of increase. The law of correspondence is one of the most important. As above, so below. Your subconscious mind is reflecting what it's reflecting up. That's what you're getting back in your life. The law of abundance, the law of belief, the law of faith, the ones we recognize, the law of vibration, the law of attraction. These universal laws, my fellow brothers and sisters, you can say, Pappy, I don't care about these universal laws. That's okay. You can say you don't care about gravity, you don't care about the law of gravity. That doesn't change it. It's working 24/7, 365. Gravity's working. I've never met anyone in my entire life, and I know a lot of smart people who could write an equation to write out the equation for these universal laws for any of these. Nobody can write out an equation for gravity. It is. Believe me, you do a little bit of research. Taking action. What in some movies that you may recognize, there was a secret movie back about 25 years ago. It turned a lot of people on, but it was about thinking and applying emotion, but they didn't spend any time on taking action. I carry I call it a Vega coin, V-E-G-G-A, Happy Mindset Coach Vega coin. Visualize with emotion your goal in gratitude and take action. Action is up there as one of the top 4 or 5 variables. We get to take action, and if you're taking action, if you're mumbling and grumbling, it's not going to work. It's about high emotions. You put out low emotions, you're going to attract low things back to you. High emotions, efficient, inspired, joyful action. I talk about different ones. Maya Angelou, she's on the table of humanity as well. I love her quote, and I try to remember it every day. Even with all of this, if you understand all of this, you still cannot manifest anything you can imagine if you don't ask. You have to ask. You have to ask for this to be able to deliver it unto you. Maya Angelou, a great, she passed away a number of years ago, but a great, wonderful sister of ours. Your intentions, I teach affirmations, intentions, and prayers. And to oversimplify it, it's all about what you think and the emotion that you apply to it. I would just caution our fellow brothers and sisters, the universe reminds me all the time, says, Pappy, you got to talk to your brothers and sisters, because when most of them are performing some type of prayer, they are thinking a thought, and remember I said that's what starts this whole chain reaction, and they're applying emotion to it, and it's negative emotion. Do not pray in negative emotions. Do not think negative thoughts and pray in negative emotions, or you're going to attract more of that into your life. Be positive. Have that faith in it. The kingdom of God lives within inside all of us. Intentions are so powerful. I would just mention one thing about starting with your intentions, that you need to win your day, my fellow brothers and sisters, to be successful. To win your day, there's a very high correlation to winning your morning. To win your morning, when do you win that? You win that, I call it your waking ritual, from when you very first wake up in the morning. No TV, no screens, no smartphone, no contact with the outside world. You start your affirmation or your prayer or your intentions when you're lying in bed, when you very first, I told you, you're right next to your subconscious mind. I am so happy and grateful now. Today is the greatest day of my life. I'm so happy and grateful now. I've created a masterpiece today. I'm so happy and grateful now. Today is the most magnificent day of my entire life. My fellow brothers and sisters, when you communicate with the universe, with Source, there is only the present. This entire universe is eternally grounded in the present. And I say, put your elbows right up against your body and right here. You just stay right here. Always keep your head where your feet are at. You go ask anybody, even ask your spouse, your partner, ask anybody you know, you ask a child, anybody, what are you thinking of right now? I'm thinking about somebody that did me dirty, did me wrong 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. I'm worried about some bill or something in the future. You will not manifest, and you can imagine, if you're looking at the past and you're complaining and moaning and groaning and griping about it, I guarantee you will never manifest anything you could imagine. Also, you will never manifest anything you can imagine if you're looking over here to the future. If you're fearful, if you're worried, if you've got anxiety, you will not manifest anything you could imagine. You'll continue to have more in your life. Gratitude, that's the get out of jail free card. I mentioned that. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Use gratitude to your side. As Adam said earlier, this torch has been passed down from Andrew Carnegie to Napoleon Hill to Earl Nightingale to Bob Proctor. My book is Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. With all due respect, Think and Grow Rich, this book that Andrew Carnegie told Napoleon Hill everything that he knew. Napoleon Hill wrote this book. It's been sold. Over 100 million of our fellow brothers and sisters have purchased this book. Over 300 million of our fellow brothers and sisters have read this book. That's a lot of subconscious minds being drawn to something. Why I am on earth for the rest of my life, that was the last 100 years. This is the next 100 years. And I don't say that with any degree of ego or narcissism or anything. This is updating everything. That's what I'm here for. I'm the torch bearer. This torch has been passed to me. Hopefully it's been passed to a lot of other people as well, but manifest anything you can imagine. This is for the next 100 years for our brothers and sisters to step into their true selves and be able to manifest what they're allowed to. I have one quote from Andrew Carnegie, who started all this with my lineage, with my genealogy, so to speak. Any idea you hold in your mind is either feared or revered. What did I show with that magnet earlier? Positive or negative, either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate physical forms available. He came here with a shirt on his back from Scotland without a penny. He's one of the 5 most successful entrepreneurs in the history of the United States, where the most successful entrepreneurs have come from. He handed the torch to Napoleon Hill. Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. You see these people. This is Albert Einstein, Professor Dr. Emoto, Nikola Tesla, athletes, CEOs, all these geniuses, wrote books that 100 million people purchased that book. They're all talking about the same thing. I got a quote at the end. I can't stand it. I can't wait. I'm going to share it with you now. Albert Einstein was walking out of a presentation. He's walking out of a presentation, and a woman comes up to him. She says, "Mr. Einstein, I think you are the smartest person on earth." And he said, "Well, thank you very much, ma'am." She said, "I think you're the smartest person on earth, and I'm the mother of 2 children, and I want my children to be as successful as possible. There's nothing on earth I love as much as my children. I love them more than anything. What advice can you give me, Mr. Einstein, that I can share with my children to make them as intelligent and as smart as possible?" What did Albert Einstein say? He said, "Ma'am, if you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be very intelligent, read them a lot of fairy tales." What is Albert Einstein talking about? Spirituality at the highest point, science at the highest point. What's up there when he's talking about imagination? That's where your thoughts are at, my brothers and sisters. That's where your thoughts are at. That's what Albert Einstein is talking about. Your thoughts generate all this. Use your imagination. You can create anything. If you think it in your mind with the emotions of that of your inner child, you can hold it in your hand. If you can think it in your mind with the emotions of that of a child, take a look at a child on Christmas morning or on the morning of their birthday. If you can capture that emotion of your inner child, that's the secret sauce. Your thoughts combined with your emotions is what creates everything. I have a simple image of your mind because this is the most important image. I've never seen any image in my entire life that's more important than this. When I ask most of my brothers and sisters, "What do you think your mind is?" they'll say, "Oh, Pappy, I think it's my brain." Well, your brain's no more of your mind as than your nose or your toes are. Your mind is your conscious mind working in harmony with your subconscious mind, working in harmony with your body. Now, some of these are major topics. I mentioned my 28-day course. I have a whole lesson on this, and I've got points, a little bit of homework to do, things to study, etc., a summary for it. So these are a lot of major concepts, but this is one day in my 28-day course just talking about your mind. So you think up above your head, above your conscious mind, you identify a want, it comes into your conscious mind. Then the magic happens if you apply your emotions. You apply your emotions to your want, to your goal, and that deposits us down into the rich treasure of your subconscious mind, and that's where the magic happens. Once it gets in your subconscious mind, these glorious high vibrations are coming out of it, and now they're flowing down out through your body, and you are speaking, my fellow brothers and sisters, you're speaking louder than you could ever talk with your voice, and your fellow brothers and sisters are picking up on it. They're picking up on it. Human beings, our fellow brothers and sisters, want to be around other fellow brothers and sisters who are emitting a high vibration. They don't want to be around a low vibration. Have any of you ever been around someone who's putting out a low vibration? It may be as little as 5 minutes you can spend with that individual. You walk out of that room and you're wiped out. You're like, "What just happened to me? I got no energy. I talked to them for 5 minutes. I'm wiped out." They're putting out a super low energy. They need energy to survive. They're going to take your energy. They're going to take your energy off you, and you're going to walk out, and it may take you a half a day or full day to recover from one short conversation. Trying to advance here, sir. I'm not sure if our technology broke a link here for a second. Yes, I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to put this on it. Here we go. Reset her. There we go. Yeah, in the flow. A lovely, lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. A lovely day. Another day. lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. I love the IT. I love these geniuses. Another day, lovely day, 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 day. We can just wing it. We're okay. We're okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go. We'll go freestyle. We're okay. Yeah, let's go freestyle. So, what I want to share, my fellow brothers and sisters, what I was setting you up for was, on that stick figure, you could say, Pappy, where do things go wrong? Now, your conscious mind on top, the top half of that circle. So think if I draw a big circle around my head like this, with a line through the middle, put a C here for conscious, SC here for subconscious, and a small circle here for my body. My conscious mind, or stinking thinking, that's your thinking mind. Your subconscious mind is your feeling mind. That's the one women are naturally better at. Women, step into your superpower. It's called women's intuition for a reason. Because your genius is at accessing the most important thing on earth, your subconscious mind. Step into your feelings, step into your intuition. It's correct. You're receiving direct messages, 100% correct from above. So our conscious mind on top, which men tend to lean into more, which leads them to screw up a lot whenever they say, oh, I'm not going to pay attention to my subconscious. I'm going to think this. I'm going to figure it out. 5% of what you create on earth is created up top in your conscious. 95% of what you create is in your subconscious. 95%, you want to access that. So this dome on top, this top half of the circle, its number one job is to protect your subconscious mind at all costs. So what's coming at you, I said in the morning, if I could spend the first hour of your day with you in the morning, I could be able to tell you if you're going to be successful or not in life. If I spent the first 30 minutes with you, if I even spent the first 5 or 10 minutes with you in the morning, you, in order to succeed, need to win your day. If you want to win your day, you better win your morning. If you want to win your morning, you better win your waking ritual when you wake up. No screens, no social media, no technology interaction. You're setting intentions. You take charge from the time you wake up. You start asking, like Maya Angelou said. You start setting intentions. You use your prayers. You use your affirmations to make this positive. I think he has up now one of my favorite slides, the magic lamp. I call this very simply. When I was a young boy, and the first time my teacher in grade school talked about Aladdin's magic lamp, I got so excited. I said, and I just started thinking like I was obsessed with this, like 3 magic wishes. I'd want this, I want that. I'd be like, no, wait a second. No, I'd used up one of my wishes going over and over. My fellow brother says, you have a magic lamp that resides in your subconscious mind that grants you unlimited wishes. So you want to protect your magic lamp. You've got all these arrows coming at your conscious mind, and I'm suggesting to you that you literally need to say the words cancel, reject, I refuse to participate. Your subconscious mind, under universal laws, those universal laws I talked about earlier, must, under universal laws, listen to you, the king, listen to you, the queen, at whatever you instruct it to do. It must, by universal law, listen to you. And it will also, under universal law, it must listen to you if you allow any other suggestion to come in and you don't cancel or reject that. I teach a class in Kenya, and I ask the students, there's 1,300 students, there's like 50, 60, 70 every class. I ask them in the Nakuru, Kenya, I say, have any of you ever heard that you will never be successful because you were born in Kenya or because you were born in Africa? Every single hand goes up. I said, that's the last time that's ever going to happen. You will cancel or reject that now for the rest of your life. This class I'm teaching, getting started with in India, what do you think you would hear a lot of times if you were born and raised there? A lot of you know, family, relatives, etc. It's pretty rough. We're eliminating that. We're eliminating that right now. I'm going to share with you, fellow brothers and sisters. They wanted me to wrap up a little bit early. We're coming around the corner. I'm giving the okay signal. I do want to remind you again, if you see Adam, we're going to be out in the lobby. I'm Italian. I love to talk. I love to hug. Italians were huggers. I love to hug. I love to mingle. So out in the lobby, if you would like to have a picture taken, if you would like to give a short little testimonial, how this speaks to you, because I've had so many fellow brothers and sisters here say, Pappy, man, this ties into my meditation so much, etc. So we'll be out in the lobby. Adam can talk about the 28-day class that we have. Again, PSSM Global is getting 1/2 of the proceeds, and it's a buy one, give one. That's actually the courses that I'm giving away in India, for example, in this program. So I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. This is something that I'm truly thankful for, appreciative, and grateful for this wonderful offer to come and speak in front of you and spend this weekend with you. So I thank you so much. Namaste, my fellow wonderful brothers and sisters. The spirit of me greets the spirit of you. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello. So, thank you, PJ, for this enlightening talk. Truly, we are the creators of our own reality. So now, I would like to invite Pari and Chandra sir as well to give an awesome felicitation to our guest here.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I love this. This is gorgeous. Thank you. Well, I can say that if they ask me to get off the stage early, this is the best reason why, if they're going to give you something. So this is quite a surprise. So thank you so much. That's the best reason to get me off early.
So let us all witness this awesome felicitation by Meher and Chandra to Mr. PJ. Let's head forward to the next segment, which is a book release. So I would like to invite Ms. Pari onto the stage to have you being provided more details about awesome book releases.
Release. It's your fault. You won't do me to stay here. Where's it at? I'm going to now. Yes. Okay, nice to meet you.
So now here we have Mr. PJ and Ms. Pari. So PJ will be helping us out on opening our newest book release right here, right now. So over to you guys. So I think a book is going to be up in a minute. I'll talk about it.
So PJ, we have Spiritual India and Spiritual Science magazines that run globally, that have been running since last 20 years with the wisdom of all the masters around the world, with the case studies, with everything that literature has been one of the most important thing for my father. He would correct and correct and correct until every word is perfect. So this is the New Age Spiritual Science magazine that goes around the world. And Spiritual India. You can all subscribe to it. You can also hold this. Yes. And this is the pyramid, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
I love the pyramid. Beautiful.
Yes. So, yeah, let's show this. So please subscribe. Spiritual Science, Spiritual India magazine. Right, it will come as ebook or as a print right to your home. I really like reading magazines. How many of you like reading magazines? I mean, I used to love reading, and now today not so much. But this one, a wisdom pill right in your on your coffee table. When you're having tea, coffee, imagine reading information like this. So definitely subscribe and support the organization to take this message further, and we take this book to every household around the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, we have an amazing offer for Spiritual India. So if you're interested, you're going to get one free copy. So for more details, please reach out to our tech team who can help you out with that. So try to just get a free copy, check it out. And we have Telugu as well.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, because I got some duplicates. Yeah, you. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you all.
Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Hello Masters, this is the Dhyana Jagat for a Telugu reading book. This is a Telugu magazine. This is a third daughter of Patriji. Pariniti Patri, Pari Patri and a Dhyana Jagat. So Patriji started this magazine and every Telugu person should start reading this book. Lot of information, we are collecting a lot of information from the meditators, their experiences, their thoughts, everything will be in the magazine. This is a Telugu magazine. It is an online subscription also. You can subscribe, so very cheap. For 2 years is a $25. So $1 per month. Lot of information in this, and also they come up with a new technology that you can scan it, the barcode, and in audio, while you are driving also you can listen, while you are walking also you can listen, while you are gardening also you can listen, while you are cooking also you can listen. It's a latest technologies, audio books also. So you don't have to buy, you don't have to read that physical book. You can just scan the barcode and start listening that. Okay, so please subscribe this Dhyana Jagat. DhyanaJagat.com. So you can go to this website and you can subscribe it. If you need a physical copy, please come and meet me. I will give you the physical copy. Thank you so much. And also, the physical copies, we have a Dhyana Jagat stall at the vendor station. You can stop by and get this book. And also, to a spiritual magazine, you can also scan that, you can barcode, and you will get the copy of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone, that was amazing. So let's get into sponsors and delegates recognition. So events like this are possible because of the support and love of many kind souls. Let's take a moment to honor our sponsors and delegates for their contributions. Your generosity is a blessing to all of us on the spiritual journey. Thank you from bottom of our hearts. So on this, I would like to invite Ms. Madhavi Makham and Anil Shrikant Garla.
We are back.
Hello.
Are you all still there? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. This episode is very important. Why? Because no sponsors, no event. Thank you for the greatest sponsors, for biggest sponsors who have been doing with no expectations, nothing in return. We all know that. But these sponsors have come forward and helped us to make this happen. So we just want to quickly, you want to run it, or before Madhu garu, before getting into showing who the sponsors are, I would like to request our guest here, Nikki, from Trans America. She's a financial advisor, and please welcome her. Nikki, we just wanted to understand how is being from the finance background, how is finances are important for an event like this, and how it generally happens. We would like to hear from you from that perspective.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for PSSM. I'm the first beneficiary. I always wanted to meditate, and I learned so many wonderful things from this event. You know, it is a nonprofit, but it doesn't mean everything is free. You know, the food, thank you for the wonderful food, table setup, renting the venue. We do a lot of events. It costs a lot of money. But in order for this movement really to continue to impact and touch more families' life, I truly believe every bit of contribution helps. You can contribute by effort, you can contribute by money, but in the end, I think for this nonprofit to continue run and touch more families, the funding is the foundation. Is very important to keep it running and make it bigger and just to touch more families' lives. So.
Thank you very much for your words. And how are you connected to this PSSM? Quick.
Yes, so I was introduced to Pari, and one of my business partners, she was invited into one of the meditation event, Yan Honi, mini meditation. Yes, that's where she met Perry, and then that's how we got introduced. And then I said, I wanted to meditate. I don't know anything about meditation. So we absolutely love about this, and then we're right here in Irvine, and we want to be here. And then I heard the upcoming one is in Atlanta. We want to continue to support, and then we want to continue to bring the good vibe to the. We just believe the society needs to have more people need to know about the meditation, and we want to help bring the positive energy back to the community. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for your words.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. So now, as Shrikant has mentioned, it's the gratitude time for all the sponsors who had made this event a grand success. Without you guys, we cannot make this event happen, and you are all part of it. And we are very grateful to all the donations that you guys have given to us. And talking of the donations, there is a donation stall. The first one, that is, we are selling the books to raise the donations again. And doing in LA is a challenge, but we all made it together to make this a grand success. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So now, the PSSM Angels, Los Angeles. The California is hosting this session, and it's thanks to gold sponsorships for all the masters who had given us these donations. Kind, money, service, everything counts, guys. Atlanta Pyramid Meditation Academy, and in Atlanta, the meditation, the pyramid is coming, but still they've made it a gold sponsor. And it's a great challenge for them because the pyramid expenses, but still they made it as a gold sponsor. And thank you all the Atlanta Pyramid. PSSM New Jersey. PSSM New Jersey is such a vibrant and energetic team, and they all have made it a gold sponsor with all the contributions. Thanks to all the PSSM New Jersey team. Spiritual tablets. It's PSSM Wing, is spiritual tablets, and GK Sir's team, who is GK Sir's master is Patriji, and our all master is Patriji. So he is given us a gold sponsor, and thank you GK Sir for all your help. Community and sport sponsor, Vivek Arora. He is one of the donor for day 2 that he has sponsored us, major amount he has sponsored. And he's a new meditator, and Biksham is he taught him meditation, and he was so impressed the way that PSSM is doing, how we are making this event a free event for everybody to come and learn meditation. So thanks to Vivek Arora.
He is the person who gave us pasta.
Yes. I'm sure you all have enjoyed the delicious food today. Biksham, he sponsored us the day 1 lunch. So thanks to Biksham for all this.
Thank you, Biksham.
PSSM Colorado and PSSM Florida. I'm part of Colorado. And Florida together made a community sponsorship. So thanks to Colorado and PSSM Florida. Dallas team. So the Dallas has PSSM Dallas and Omega and Meditation Magic. So 3 organizations together. They are also rocking, and they are community sponsorship, and I'm sure they can do better.
They have a very huge project, but still they're able to contribute, guys. So
Yeah.
give it up.
They are doing such an amazing work, Dallas team. You know, the huge project that is going, that's the first project that we have started in US, and it's going to be a mega pyramid. Thanks to Dallas team. Buddha CEO, again one of the wing of PSSM, and we all know Chandra Pulimer and Vani Madam. They have been doing an amazing work, and they are our community sponsors. They donated cash, and they have donated the books as well for the event, so that way they can share the wisdom of Patriji's wisdom through books. So they have donated those books for us to get the wisdom of Patriji. PSSM Ignite, young and energetic. So this is, you are seeing the videos, and then you are seeing all the photography. Everything is taken care of PSSM Ignite. Woo! Go Ignite. You guys are giving us not just for us the life, but for so many people around the world could see this event through your hard work. I know you guys have not taken any rest, but still you are doing service and money wise. Go Ignite.
Special thanks to Naresh here.
And Pandu.
Yeah.
And
So-
everyone, each and everyone is doing their part. I mean, it's like from 5 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the evening, they are always on their toes, and then they are doing it. I mean, big claps to them, guys.
Thank you, Ignite.
Be a supermind. This is something that Buddha CEO Chandra sir and his team have done this, and then they were very generous to give us this donation. Thanks to Be a Supermind team.
You missed the first slide, which is of Raleigh. Go back, first slide. PSSM Raleigh, when we announced the list of sponsors, the first team who came with the sponsorship was PSSM Raleigh, guys. Give it up.
They were the inspiration to us to meet our targets.
Yeah. So,
And thank you guys, thank you. I mean, how much ever thank you guys is not enough. Because of you, this event is happening. So we all should be very grateful. And the only reason why everybody donated is because through meditation, they got immense benefits mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that is why these donations are coming up. Our humble request is, do meditate and feel the energy that you have within you and make this a happy life, enjoyable life. And this is the aim for us, and this is the intent for all of us working together as a team and making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, Madhigaru, for listing it out. I just wanted to add one thing. Apart from the sponsors, what are mentioned here, there are many other masters who have donated. Every penny counts, right? Small, big, and all. And there are so much of donations which came through the workshops also. So our biggest gratitude to our masters who are able to take those workshops in a very short notice, like Premnath sir, Chandra sir, GK sir, right? Maheshwari madam, everybody, they were ready to do the day before we announced that we wanted to, because we were little down on the finances and we thought we'll do a workshops and get it covered, and they were very ready to accommodate and
provide. One more, PJ, right, Papi,
Yeah.
the speaker, we don't even know him, and his intentions are to help people. And when we asked him, usually, I was so surprised that they also came and gave this workshop because we asked for them. And big clap to them as well.
Yeah, right. So every penny counts, and you know where that every penny is being spent. How is the venue, friends? Give a big clap to the local team here for Beatrice, who found this wonderful space and gave this wonderful location where we are able to do this so beautifully, right?
And thanks to Beatrice, wherever she is. Because of her, we could get this event. Yes, Beatrice.
Yeah, okay, right. And one which we missed to put it on the slides, very sorry, DMV. They were again the gold sponsors. Thank you, PSSM DMV,
Yes.
to sponsor and to be a part of it. That is the upcoming DMV, what we spoke in the morning. Very energetic and very active group. So thank you DMV group.
Yes, DMV is Virginia, Maryland, and what is that? DC. Thank you. So, they have done an amazing job, guys. Each and in registration and in food, everywhere they are, the DMV team is great. And sorry about that. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you Anil, for that coordination. Thank you very much. Yeah. So thank you friends. We'll move on to the next activity. Back to Sona.
Thank you, Shrikant and Madhavi. So now we have an exciting segment. So it's a dance. So we have been dancing here right after the lunch, but this is going to be a little different and little interesting and impressive. So this dance does have 4 segments in it. So I would like to invite the first segment dance, which is called When. So I would like to invite the members of the dance group onto the stage. We might need a minute for the team members, so I would give you some background about what this When dance is going to be. So it's more likely a small group dance. When dancers perform with folding fans, showcasing a style that is both alluring and bold. embodying the elegance and charm of Chinese dance. So the team members or the performers of Wind Dance are Louisa Dong, Christy Wang, Cecily Lin, Becky Dong, Yolanda Shi, Joan Zhu, and Elise Ren. So let's all welcome them and give a round of applause to the team members. Awesome. Let's go to the second format of dance, which is upstream dance, more like a solo dance performance inspired by the image of a fish leaping upstream. So this piece symbolizes passion, resilience, and determination. Life as a song, striving against the wind and the current. So I would love to invite the team onto the stage. Awesome. Thank you so much. So let's invite the third format, which is a small group dance, which is called Little Flower Fairy. So it's more like with a distant Eastern charm, and this dance blends elements of Chinese classical dance, presenting gracefulness and lively spirit. So let's all welcome the small group to perform the dance. That was absolutely beautiful. So now let's go to the last format. So this format is more called as Tang Seal. So this is a solo dance performance. So let me just give a little bit description about it. So Tang Seal, from the perspective of Tang dynasty, female figurines. So this work traces the dynasty's rise, prosperity, and decline. So it transforms the stillness of Tang sculptures into vivid revival of maidens, carrying forward Chinese culture, heritage, and national confidence. So let's all cheer up for the last format, solo dance. was more of a dynamic performance. So thank you for the every performer who just cherished with a beautiful performance. So now let's all just take a couple of minutes going back into recharging meditation. So you will just want to sit down wherever you are, just be seated, and please turn off the lights and start the music. Guys, I think let's just take a couple of minutes because we have another segment going up here. So let's just wait 10 minutes and then get started with our evening meditation.
Observe your breath. Respira.
Okay.
Respira.
Jan and Nika, wherever you are, please just reach out to the stage. We would like you to invite onto the stage.
Enamórate de ti y de todo el universo. Observe your breath. Observe your breath. Respira. Respira. Dive deep within. Gotta be with yourself. Gotta know yourself. Ámate. Profundiza en tu ser. Conócete. Observe your breath. Respira. Respira. Solo respira. Para que le pongas presencia a tu vida. Para que tu mente se sienta tranquila. Y para que seas feliz cada día. Planet Earth has plants and animals who are a part of this creation. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Planet Earth has plants and animals who are
Now let's all witness this felicitation to our amazing performers and the choreographers right here.
Quiero ser consciente en unicidad. Quiero celebrar. Quiero ser consciente en unicidad. Observe your breath. Respira. Observe your breath. Respira. We'll come a little bit front. We're gonna hear something about meditation in Chinese.
Hello everyone, we're very happy here to represent a Chinese dance to introduce our culture to us. In fact, we feel the Chinese dance is very similar to Indian culture. We're all about the breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. Don't you guys agree? Yes? Yes, there you go. So we actually learn a lot through dancing. We actually also meditating. Let's welcome. What kind of exercise will you guys do? Like running, swimming, reading, breathing. Yes, it's very important. Just like in dancing, we actually practice meditation through our breathing and our movement and our steps. And every time after our teacher show us the class, we feel so relaxed. We feel zen and we feel focused. And I guess that's what everybody wants to achieve is in peace. I also wish everyone in here have a peace of mind, can be yourself, be kind, and be honest. Thank you. Okay, and then in the following, I'm going to say exactly the same, but in Chinese. Okay? Hello， 大家好，我们是代表尔湾嘉美舞蹈学校来为大家演出中国舞。那么我们今天的中国舞，第一个舞蹈呢是一个古风舞，第二个舞蹈呢是素乐，是一个秧歌的舞蹈，带着扇子。然后第三个舞蹈呢是中国古典舞，我们手上拿着花。第四个舞蹈呢是唐印，是我们的汉唐舞。那么我们这一群人是中国人，我们呢用舞蹈来展示给大家，同时我们也是在达到一个身心灵的健康。我们很热爱舞蹈，我相信跟大家一样，无论你是热爱哪一个运动，都是希望可以达到一个平静的境界。希望大家有一个美好的一天，谢谢。
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Huh.
There is meditation, should we ask?
Yeah. Can we have a quick 2-minute meditation here? Now, anyways? Just 2 minutes with us and then you can leave. Okay. Okay? Awesome. Let's sit. No. Then they leave.
Guys, wherever you are, we just want you to be seated. Be seated, lights off, start the music. Let's all take a couple of minutes and get the meditation started. No talking, please.
Please clasp your hands, cross your legs, volume a bit low. Remove your glasses, silence your phones. We are now entering a meditative state. Take a deep breath, relax your body, relax your shoulders, your knees, your back of your neck. Just relaxing, move your body if you need to. With your next breath, signal your body that you're now entering a meditative state. Just breathe in and breathe out. There is no chanting, no visualization, just you and your breath. Just observe your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Just for 2 minutes, we have our masters with us. And then we continue this meditation for 45 minutes. Observe your breath. As the mind wanders, gently come back to your breath. There is no past, there is no future. This is the exact moment you are meant to be. Just being with your breath.
Be with your breath, masters. Your soft, tender, beautiful breath. Your happening breath. Just be with it. Masters, be with your natural, easy, happening breath. If your mind wanders, come back to your natural breath. Keep observing your natural, easy, soft, tender breath. last 10 minutes, Masters. Be with your breath, your natural, soft, simple, tranquil, peaceful breath, your happening breath. Now last 5 seconds. Gently bring your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now gently open your eyes, Masters. And thank you for this beautiful meditation. Thank you. Thank you. And give yourself a round of applause. Yeah, clap. Clap for yourself. Thank you, Masters.
Thank you, Gargi. So, all right, that was very much wonderful and a soulful meditation. So now let us do a quick 2-minute video of Patriji, our beloved Guru.
Intellect helps you in common sense. That faculty in yourself which helps you in your common sense is called intellect. That faculty which doesn't help you in your common sense is not intellect. Intellect and common sense, they go together. For different people, the word intellect is different things. For me, intellect is common sense. I am a different person from others. For me, intellect is different. The word means different. If you don't have common sense, supposing given a mic to speak, given 2 minutes, if you don't leave the mic for 5 minutes, then you don't have intellect, you don't have common sense. For me, common sense and intellect are synonymous. I always see common sense in every person. I don't care for his great knowledge or great wisdom or even great enlightenment. I want common sense. If you are supposed to speak only for 1 minute, you should speak only for 1 minute. Even if you are Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. I know you are William Shakespeare, you can speak for hours and hours, but given the time, only 1 minute, because of circumstances. Even if you are William Shakespeare, or even if you are Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, given the time, 1 minute, you must finish off your speech in 1 minute. That is called as common sense. At another time, you may be given 3 hours to speak. Then you should be able to speak 3 hours. Then you are a great Pandit. But here you are given only 1 minute. You should finish off, start and finish off your speech in 1 minute. Those people who can do it have got common sense. Those people who cannot do it do not have common sense. They may be big Pandits. They may have got vast knowledge. They may be otherwise William Shakespeare's. So what? For me, they don't have common sense. I respect common sense the most in every person. If 2 people are speaking, if the third fellow is speaking, then he doesn't have common sense. How can he open his mouth when the 2 others are speaking to each other? People always interject. They are very impatient to open their mouth. For me, they are stupid people. So many things go in to make up a common sense. So all those factors which go into common sense are called intellect, for me. Please understand the words for me.
Yes, sir.
I am different from others. Everybody is different from others. So everybody has got their own meaning to the English words or any other word. For me, common sense is the highest thing. For you to live happily in the society. If you are alone in Himalayas, not mixing with anybody else, no common sense is required. But if you are mixing in society, common sense is absolutely required. That is the most important factor in society, required by everybody who is a part of the society. We are social beings. If you are a social being, then you will require tons and tons of common sense. In Pyramid Spiritual Society movement, we have got tons and tons of common sense. Common sense helps you to separate from good and bad in everything very easily. So I have that tons and tons of common sense. So I couldn't join any other organization. I had to create my own organization where everybody has got common sense.
Beautiful. That was very nice. So, a quick announcement. So, if you have to pick up your kids, please do it up because it's already 4:30. So, I think they should be ready for you to pick it up. So, now, yeah. So now let's get started to the next segment, inviting our guest for the evening. So, okay, let me quickly pull up. Yeah. Right. So, beloved masters and seekers of truth, it is now my highest honor to welcome a truly divine couple whose lives are shining examples of meditation, manifestation, and spiritual leadership. Sri Chandra Pulumarasetti and Srimati Vani Pulumarasetti. So, Master Chandra, Chief Meditation Mentor and founder of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, is a visionary entrepreneur, a former vice president at IBM, a transformational meditation coach who has been practicing meditation over 24 years, deeply inspired by Brahmarshi Patriji, and he carries forward the mission of building a world of meditation and spiritual governance, guiding leaders and policymakers to lead the consciousness and compassion. Srimati Vani Pulumarasetti, the co-founder of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation and is a senior pyramid master with over 20 years of service, a meditation counselor and a guiding light to hundreds of meditators worldwide. Her dedication extends to several PSSM projects, including Pyramid Valley International, Soul Trends, and Chandrasekhara Mahaswami Meditation Center. She is the steady energy force behind Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. Together, they embody wisdom, humility, and spiritual power, uplifting countless souls around the globe. Beloved masters, please rise in energy and welcome a thunderous round of applause.
Okay, friends, happy evening. Happy evening. We had a wonderful meditation of Patriji's music. So we don't need more meditation. Instead, we'll speak a little bit around how our journey has been with Patriji and what is meditation doing really in many ways to all of us. Let me ask, Vani Madam has a lot more to share than me in the journey with Patriji, the Grand Master. He simplified everything. The entire spiritual science has been simplified. Those principles that he just spoke about in that simple video, common sense is, for example, how much impeccable we can be in our speaking. And he believed that our speech, if it's become more impeccable, it itself rather resolves so many conflicts, saves so much energy for us, and then stops creating unwanted stuff for us as in the future, just with our speech. And so we will share a little bit of our journey around it through a few principles that I felt are happening to each of us as many senior meditators and masters are here. And before that, Vani Madam.
Thank you each and everyone. And my great pranams to Brahmarshi Patriji and Swarnamala Patri Madam. And thank you so much PSSM Global and all the masters who invited us here. And congratulations each and everyone who are all participating this mega meditation summit. And today we are here because of Dhyanama Chakras. Every Dhyanama Chakra, the intensive meditation, make us more taking commitment and truthful ourselves and enjoying our journey first. That's the most important, great, meaningful life we are living. And I'm so happy today I'm sharing with my journey with Patriji. I started my journey because of my brother-in-law. He introduced me meditation 99. And I'm so happy living my life and joyful and very happy living. But when I met Patriji, what really is a life is, he made us understand each and every moment. Today, Patriji, Pari introduced that normal man, extraordinary things she told. And a normal woman, he made us that everything possible. And especially Patriji always empowering women is so much, and he always, you have a capacity, you can do it. That he always, so much encouragement used to be there with every time meeting him. And how Buddha CEO it happened and how I joined, I really want to share with you all. And Patriji conducted a session in Pyramid Valley, Buddha CEO workshop. And Patri sir and Newton sir and Lakshmi Newton madam, they conducted the session. And in that session, CEOs has to attend. And when I asked Chandra that should I attend because I am not a CEO, but I really want to come and join. Then he said, some of the company CEOs, they came and he said, you just come, because that time he's a trustee and we're working together, and every time I am also going and doing voluntary work and all. When I joined first 2 days, and after the third day, one session, sir told, every woman is a CEO. Then I felt so happy that, okay, I'm doing everything. I always feel that I'm not a working woman, I'm not having any education and working outside something more, and what I'm doing always I feel less. But when I went and listening all those things, and sir always make us that everything important in our life, that is what he always make us to understand. Stay sitting is here and do working in the cleaning person also very important, because this event, whole event for every person, work is the most important. He always make us that understand this is the important in your life, and that enlightenment and common sense. This make us every moment understand in our life. And the journey started like that, and I always think he is doing so much work, I'm not doing anything, I'm supporting. Whenever sir used to call me and ask that, how is life? Everything is fine, I used to tell, but inside not that feeling. I'm something I'm not doing, I'm not learning anything. The moment I expressed with Patri sir, masters always know when they want to give work for us. He gave Pyramid Valley work, that Soul Management Services bookstore, that the work gave us that you just, all spiritual products, it's like one meditation when you're doing, how all the elements you can add to your home or wherever it is. He gave an opportunity to work with Pyramid Valley, associate with that. And I started working with the team. And really I had a great experience interacting with Patri sir. and with the clarity of what really is important with meditation when we are doing, what kind of atmosphere you can create around you. And whatever he gave the list, everything, the list, when I'm going and talking with the masters and publishing heads, I feel so proud that, okay, I have this much capacity. I never worked with anybody because that I didn't know I am really capable. That feeling I used to get, I'm so happy. In that year, 1 year, 5,000 bookstore to 1 lakh it happened for the sale. And the Pyramid Valley, it really, that time the money is very required and it happened. I felt so happy for that. I'm part of it. The moment the work is completed, masters always know that what is the next step. He made us to start the urban center in soul management services in the city. When we started the work, in their counseling room, one room we created for the counseling. When I asked, sir said immediately, you are the counselor. When I asked, who is the counselor, can you suggest? Then I thought, I have so much questions and everything, how can I be a counselor? Then masters know how to guide us. He gave an opportunity. I used to go and talking with the masters and whatever I'm suggesting them, I used to follow in my life, all those things, which really so much clarity. And whatever I'm suggesting somebody, where am I following? All those things more stronger in my life it happened. And all those elements, whatever we followed, the Pyramid Valley, suppose in the house and the Chandra's company and Buddha CEO and soul management services, soul trends and Brahmarshi, Chandrasekhara, including my house, all the place, what 7 activities we compulsory we are following in the house, in the company, whatever it's happening, all those things. One is the meditation and the music, at the same time pyramid energy, vegetarian food, at the same time books, Sajjana Sangatya, all those things made us, including in this all areas, including his company, and now quantum coherence technology also. We are applying all those aspects in these areas wherever we worked. And every place, what I noticed, continuously playing the music, changing the emotions, balancing it's happening. Because of that, I can see the difference in the foundation, in the home. Sometimes my mood is not so good and the music is changing my vibration. In the team, when they're working in the foundation, I'm seeing there's so much difference. The way they work and the continuously listening the music. At the same time, we all eat together. Patriji always, how much meditation is important. Sattvic food and masters serving the food. And the foundation, we all every day meditate together and after that we eat together. And for that, really I can see the so much difference. Why Patri sir emphasized so much Annadana is a very important. One master serving the food. Today in Dhyanama Chakras here, the serving the food, very unconditionally they gave the food for us. And very heartful, without garlic, and where vegetarian food is cooked. And all those things, they are taken care. We are so thankful to them. And coming here and remotely and so much arrangements and arranging the food, because Patriji always emphasized food is the most important for the masters serving food also. And all those things giving me so much strength to enjoying myself and be part of this great work and doing this work in a family wise and working with the team and all over the US when we traveled these 2 months. And I learned so much in each and every master. And why Patriji, until his last breath, he traveled so much and he worked so much. And once we know the truth, we keep enjoying and spreading this meditation. That is what we are doing. Thank you, each and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vani Madam. You know, when we become a meditator, for meditation too, the change that we bring around, that's a natural change that's happening to us. I think Vani Madam was narrating how it seeped into various aspects of our life, automatically. But it required, of course, intense amount of sadhana. And that's the mastery of meditation. When we are in our practice, we are in a sadhana every day. And thanks to Patriji for this putting together this mega meditation summit beautifully under the entire PSM USA. Unthinkable to be doing an event here in this venue, because these require a lot of resources, and especially for her and the team's courage to be doing in LA when we have a small team. That reminded me of Patriji sir dreaming of the mega pyramid project in Bangalore when he had a handful of team members. Very, very few team members were there in Bangalore, but then a master's vision, the intentions are there. And so then he said, we're going to do here. The movement is somewhere in Andhra Pradesh, in another state. But he went to the southern state and he said, this is where I'm going to build the first mega pyramid. So the courage, the true principles that we are truly empowered to do what we feel to do is there, that we see from Patriji sir, and then we see here with Patriji, and then of course the entire movement here, PSM USA, doing an event like this here, such an expensive place but a wonderful place. So let's give a big round of applause once again to this team. Thank you, Patriji, on this. So Patriji has been such a deep inspiration to us, that a master leaves the mark. I think in many, many ways, his videos just tell, if you just watch his videos, and then we would get the entire spiritual science in such a simple, bite-sized wisdom that comes. And then that's what he made. And then he picked some simple sutras, and that really remained ingredient into me throughout in this journey. So eternally grateful to him. I was introduced to meditation to Dr. GK there, who's doing an amazing work again, selflessly ever since he graduated as a medical doctor, but then he decided that he's not charging, instead, like Patriji's principle, that you want to give. Nothing comes in between giving a good knowledge. There's important, priceless knowledge. Money should never come in the middle. Is the whole idea of their philosophy that Patriji would follow. And so many, many thanks to him. That Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation is also an inspiration through him. But before Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, this is where we spend maximum time. How many of you visited this place called Pyramid Valley International? Right? So this is like the Makkah of meditation now. And so we are going to India, and many of us I know are planning, but this is an amazing, amazing amount of energy and healings. And I'm sure some of you, or even one of your group members, was sure they had healed in this pyramid long, long ago, right? And so people come from various places, that healing happens, the knowledge comes. And this is a place for learning. Fundamentally, it's for learning and then practicing meditation. And so years and years of time that we spend there is the greatest opportunity. And the same way here, then whoever has got the opportunity to work on these dhyana yagnas, these mega meditation summits, just see it as a lifetime thing that is happening, because LA, it happened now. Don't know when it's going to come back to LA, or will it ever come back at all. And so is the case when it goes to Atlanta. It's a lifetime opportunity. That's how I felt, because I've got an opportunity to work deeply in a program like this in the year 2019. Patriji said, go and work in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, we do every year, 40,000-50,000 people come together. So it happened, I was dreaming about wanting to work very closely on a mega project like this. It happened once, 2019. Afterwards, that opportunity did not come. And we're already in 26. So when things come, and then we really, really latch on to them as the greatest lifetime opportunities, because we don't know what's there tomorrow. And so this project taught us so much to be in the path. Being in meditation service keeps us in the path. And if there is one reason that why, even though I've been very, very, as a professional wise, I used to run my own company, and so then of course you have your own things, and the company was in 4 different countries. And as a startup, so you have your own busy things, but still you're able to be in the path, because I feel is because the commitment you make when you come to a meditation services projects like this, you make a commitment. And then the fundamental nature of us is to not break the commitment. That's the consciousness nature. And so we automatically are into the projects, and so we automatically are all the 3 things that are required for us into the service, into our practice, which is, the 3 things that are required for our practice. What do you think are the 3 things for the practice? What does a meditation practice mean? 3 things that Patriji always said. Can anybody tell what's the first one? Of course, meditation. Second one, reading. And the third one is satsang. So being able to talk to people, because people inspire people, and that's really how we've been hearing all of them. So Pyramid Valley International provided the greatest opportunity. And I'm sure people who come here volunteering here automatically are engaged in many, many times with Pari Madam or many senior masters here, right? It happens automatically. So dear friends, so the work there finally led to an inspiration from Patriji about starting Buddhasi Quantum Foundation as a way to give this meditation to the leadership across the board, so that the leaders have resources, and then we can influence and impress leaders. Then of course they can naturally do a lot of good, because meditation is fundamentally allowing us to do that. And so foundation got started from Patri sir with a few of the leaders, and then many masters are supporting worldwide in providing this leadership, and then again providing meditation into the leadership across. We recently did, and then part of our work, while we started as corporate meditation, slowly, we are looking, and then part of the work now is to go into reach out to the officials, government officers, into the very senior leadership to say, how do you bring meditation to policy? And then we come across a few things. One, they say we need evidence, right? We need evidence. In case it is breath meditation, they need evidence, scientific evidence, because the policymakers are saying, unless the evidence is there, then how can I put it? And how do you, and then second, they want, of course, different organizations to come together. They said, do you have a standard protocol? You are telling one thing, Isha tells something else, Adam something else, so what do you do? So there are a few things that we have to work through. I'm sure they're going to work through, but we are giving this beautiful knowledge, because we know from Patri sir's understanding, and some of you are new here, this technique is only taking 10 seconds. I was in a Fox channel interview earlier when we were doing this regional conference. And then, so we did a 4-minute interview, and then towards the end, I said, can you do a 30-second meditation? She said, 10 seconds is all I have, because they're about to wrap up. I said, let's do a 10-second meditation. And all it took was to give this technique, it only takes 10 seconds. That simple is this technique, that breath meditation that Patriji brought it out from Gautam Buddha. It's so simple that is really so inclusive. When I was there, meeting a researcher of Dr. Joe Dispenza earlier in San Diego, and we're talking about various breath techniques, this and that, holding breath and this and that. I said, look at this technique. All it takes is, and I made him actually sit down and then close your eyes and observe your breath. That's all it is. And so, of course, he raised his eyebrows and said, that's it. So potentially you might do some research around this meditation technique, but it's so simple and so inclusive. And so we are doing these conferences now, and then along with the entire PSM is doing these conferences. We've done Delhi and many places, and the last time many of the PSM leaders are here in St. Louis. But the idea is to introduce this to the leadership. And all of us, of course, can do this because we all have some connects in our areas. And there is so much of literature that is available. And so we've been passing resolutions, and the most recent, some big event that we've done is in New Delhi, where the Vice President of India was there speaking about it for more than an hour on meditation. And the beauty is that many leadership around the world, and as we are doing this work, deep work in India at this point, that we see that many senior people are definitely there planted as meditators to support the work that we want to do. That's the most encouraging thing that we see, whether it's Ministry of Ayush, the department is spreading yoga and meditation, or in healthcare and planning commissions. So some of the people are definitely are practicing meditation, are very willing and open to support it, and then bring this as a policy or bring this into a larger initiative, right? And so dear friends, there are three things that probably have about 5 minutes to cover and see, and it's all known subject. There are three shifts that are happening to each of us. The first one, of course, is that with meditation there is self-mastery. The second one is a social change and world peace is happening. These are happening through every individual. There is a self-mastery that is coming in there, then automatically seeping in as a social change. When Vani Madam talked about, a Chandrasekhara Pyramid Center, Brahmarshi Pyramid Center, Soul Trends, my home as a meditation center, they all happen through every individual as they gain the self-mastery. right? It happens. So the three shifts we talk about, so the first one, the beautiful thing that comes to my mind is this, the Patanjali Yoga Sutra that Patriji, so Patriji is about, Patanjali wrote, a lot of Yoga Sutras. But in that he picked the best, the top one, right? He said, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanena, Kriya Yogaha. Kriya Yoga means something that happens automatically. So that means it must become automatic to each of us in his view, right? It should be automatic, Kriya. Karma Yoga means something you do. Kriya Yoga means something that happens. So what are the three things? He said Tapaha, so reducing the needs of the body. Swadhyaya means, study yourself is respect to yourself and everybody else. And then Ishvara Pranidhanana means be in the thought of what is there out there. Okay, my life is here, but something more to this life. Be in the thought of it, because as you think is what you create. As you think is what you attract. And so the three principles is the fundamental in PSSM that he emphasized. Tapaha means reducing the needs. The common sense he talked about. Open the mouth only when necessary, because he used to emphasize so much. When I came into meditation, the first principle that I learned is no complaints and no judgments. I said, no complaints, no judgments? Everything is about a complaint in corporate work or everywhere. Everything is about judgment. Oh, they're not good. Oh, these people are like this. But his principle, no complaints, no judgments, at some point as we understand it, the entire spiritual science is codified into just that statement. That you take full responsibility. Got 2 minutes, right? Okay. So dear friends, so this is the first principle. There is a scientific way of connecting all of this, right? Your brain is connected in many, many ways. The limitations are removed. In self-mastery means you remove limitations. You rest your mind so that again clarity, this whole stress has to be removed. Then a disconnected mind is there which has to get connected back into the field. So three things happen, we gain self-mastery. This is really where the intense practice is happening. Then the second thing that happens is that this change that is bringing in is a principle called Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam. That means whatever we do, we excel in it. Right? This is the other identified principle that Patriji talked about. This comes from Bhagavad Gita. That means with meditation we excel. This is essentially basically mindfulness at its best. And mindfulness at its best, we call it mindful intelligence now. Into the corporate world, we take it under the banner called Be Supermind. Mindful intelligence at its best, where you're bringing excellence in education, healthcare, you're bringing excellence in corporates and everywhere, governments, NGO sectors. Automatically meditation brings that excellence. Right? And then let's look at this.
Buddha CEO, Quantum Foundation, we should have a tagline. That tagline has been provided by Bhagavad Gita. It should be Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam. Yoga is meditation. Karma is action. Kaushalam is efficiency. In any karma, any action you perform, you increase your efficiency through your meditation. So this should be a caption for Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. Every organization has a CEO, the Chief Executive Officer. So, how should we manage any organization? How should we help an organization, a family, a community, a group? The leadership should be there. Yatha Raja Tata Praja. As the head, Raja is the head of the kingdom. He is the CEO of the whole kingdom. As the king, as the CEO is, so will be all the other members of the community, members of the organization. And that king, that CEO, how should he be? Who is the right CEO? Who can be a right CEO? Only a Buddha. Only an enlightened person who knows everything about everything. Who is a Buddha? A Buddha is a person who knows everything about everything. So such a person who knows everything about everything should become the CEO of any family, any community, any organization, any business, any corporate, any nation. If you don't know everything about everything, how can you manage? You can't manage. When you can't manage properly, what happens? You mismanage. When you mismanage, what happens? Everything gets spoiled. So management is a left-hand job for a Buddha, any Buddha.
So, dear friends, the second principle that is happening is yoga karmasa kaushlam. So as we change, automatically we exhibit that excellence in everything. That's really how we inspire, bring the change. Whatever it is, whether it is workplace, we are automatically introducing meditation. We are, expressing our emotions right. We are taking initiatives. Everything is happening through the principle of yoga karmas kaushlam. That happens. We look at it and say, how much have I changed, right? Then automatically the third thing is happening where, without understanding of it, aham brahmasmi vasudhaika kutumam. That means I am in everything, and then there is one family. This is a natural chain that happens, and this is where we do these mega events. Patriji, always, when we come together, we are fundamentally working towards world peace. While the change is happening before, in our daily life, in all walks of life, Patriji was big on being participative in all walks of life. People would go and say, I want to resign, and say, nope, you're going to go back and then work. And then, so he would always advise and then be there, and then while we do that, dear friends, we naturally are bringing in the world peace, and then we are there, our consciousness evolved. We want to join these events. This big event is not possible unless we are together, and then we all think about it. It has to become, and it will become, an every meditator journey, from a mastery to bringing a change around you and everywhere. Every home, every master's home can become a meditation center. That's when you're bringing a change automatically. Right? It becomes a meditation center for everyone. And then from there, dear friends, we are doing these mega events and then conferences with great intentions to establish world peace. So thank you very much. And the slides are available. You can always look at them. They're more available. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chandra sir, because his class is never enough. And we would love Madhavi madam and Chetan sir to do a felicitation for Chandra sir and Vani ma'am. And meanwhile, a quick announcement. Guys, please pick up your kids because the timeline was 4:30 and the volunteers are still waiting with your kids out there. So please pick them up. Thank you, everyone. Two more quick announcements for the evening sessions tonight. So the one session would be childhood trauma and inner child healing with Maheshwari Kumari madam, so which is hosted at Hilton, Lawndale. It starts at 5:45 to 7:30 p.m. and session 2 starts at 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. by GK sir from Spiritual Tablets. So both are hosted at Hilton Hotel. So if you need more details or information, please reach out to any of us here. So thank you everyone. Thank you Chandra sir and Vani ma'am. So now goes to very interesting content for the evening, so which is going to be a panel. So panel on meditation and conscious leadership, moderated by several other business leaders here. So let me go ahead in detail and give an introduction. So now it's definitely time for one of the most anticipated sessions of the evening, our panel discussion with the leaders who are creating extraordinary change in both business and spirituality. So first, allow me to introduce our dynamic host and the moderator, Chandra Yerpu. So Chandra is a seasoned real estate construction entrepreneur based in Dallas, Texas. Celebrated for his visionary approach and dynamic leadership. As a co-founder of Largowins Properties and AZ Builders Depot, he has built a reputation for strategic planning, operational excellence, and sustainable growth. So beyond entrepreneurship, Chendu is a passionate philanthropist dedicating his time and resources to impactful social causes. So let's all welcome him with a round of applause. So let me call out the guests on the panel. So the first one would be Adam Gaskill. I would love to invite him onto the stage. A global contribution and marketing strategist, master connector, and the architect of world-changing movements. With 2 decades of mastery in sales, marketing, psychology, and influence, Adam helps visionary leaders, non-profits, and philanthropists turn their missions into a movement. As a founder of Innovative Humanity and the non-profit creators, Adam bridges the gap between profit and purpose, empowering entrepreneurs to integrate charitable giving into their business models while achieving a sustainable growth. So let's all give another round of applause welcoming Adam Gaskill. Now I would like to invite our second guest, Cindy Mendoza, a powerhouse of leadership with over 20 years of executive experience in operations and workforce strategy. Cindy has played a pivotal role in driving innovative staffing solutions, building long-lasting partnerships across the industries. A graduate of UCLA's Business Leadership Program, she has honored her skills in strategic management and organizational development. Cindy's expertise spans talent acquisition, team building, and client success. Now, she is deeply passionate about empowering professionals, elevating workforce standards, and shaping the future of staffing through integrity, collaboration, and innovation. Let's all give a please warm welcome to Cindy Mendoza. So let us all put our hands together and invite our third guest, which is Mihir Sangvi. Mihir is the Director of Engineering, a passionate cricket lover, active player, a seeker of conscious living. His journey with meditation began in 2013 as an experiment, but soon it became a life-shaping practice inspired deeply by breaking the habit of being yourself. Mihir found his perspective shifting, becoming more open-minded, intentional, and rooted in awareness. Today, he channels the expanded energy not only into his engineering leadership, but also into his relationships and everyday life, embodying a balance of discipline, creativity, and consciousness. Let's all give another round of applause to Mihir Sangvi. Last but not least, our fourth guest, which is Anil. So let's all welcome Anil with a very welcome. So with over 25 years of expertise in enterprise, architecture, and large-scale digital transformation, Anil has successfully led complex SAP enterprise cloud deployments for federal, aerospace, defense, utilities, and government clients. Beyond his corporate achievements, Anil is a lifelong meditator, a spiritual leader with Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement. He is passionate about spreading the principles of meditation, plant-based living, and energy mastery. As a speaker, Anil inspires by blending ancient wisdom with modern innovation, showing how consciousness can elevate leadership, creativity, and organizational success. He also serves as one of the core organizers of Mega Meditation Summit. So let's all welcome together, put your hands together and welcome all the panelists today and as well as the host. So over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Suhana, for the wonderful and sweet introductions of our panel members here. Welcome, everyone, again. Thank you for taking your time to participate in our MMS3. Especially, I know business panel is something not so common in our MMS, but we want to make it happen. This is the start of the new beginning. So thank you so much. Thank you. So before we go ahead and do with anything though, right? So how many of us know we do have a corporate wing for PSSM. Not bad? So yeah, you guys know, come on. Don't feel shy, guys. Don't feel shy, all right? We all know. All right, that's great. So we launched PSSM Corporate Wing in October 2024, which we fondly call as BEAT, Breath, Energy, and Transformation. And so, awareness and transformation, sorry. So, thanks for correcting, buddy. So, transforming with the awareness, with breathe, energy is the concept. And we wanted to take it to the corporate world for creating conscious workplaces, mindful workplaces, where there is a harmony in the employee's life, both work life and the personal life. So that is the concept we created off. So before we start this panel, I just want to give a shout out to all of us. So there was a great soft launch we did last year. And since we launched it last year, we energized the concept. We've been energizing the concept itself. And we teamed up with multiple corporates across the country. Right, so we have a lot of action coming in Q1. So guys, masters, friends, across the country, we'll be coming to every city. So Dallas is going to be the first place with a wonderful kickoff in Q1, and we'll go to every city across the country with this, corporate, wing. So with that, well, let's get back to the subject here. So we have, so what we have done is, we've taken leaders from different industries and want to make it a very interesting discussion rather than just a boring questionnaire, right? So we have Cindy from staffing company. She's one of the executive leaders from the staffing company, who's going to talk about the cultural aspects of employees and the team members. And we have Andy, who's one of the business owners for human transformations and whatnot. And we have Mihir, executive director for engineering. So he's going to talk about leadership focus. And then we have Anil, executive in the architecture, enterprise architecture, so many years. So he's going to talk about collaboration and stuff. So with that, I'll start with Cindy. Again, Cindy, thank you so much for coming over here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So pretty much, most of us were in the corporate world or still in the corporate world across different industries and stuff. So we talk about team spirit, teamwork, a lot. But still, we do see a lot of silos, backstabbing, hidden agendas. We see this every day, right, in our day-to-day corporate life. So as the executive leader for the staffing company, what is one of the strategies that you would like to share with our masters, friends here, or what you have used in the past that really worked out to improve the culture?
Thank you for having me here. We really focus in our organization leadership, really empowering our team and really having that human connection with our team. It's really important because there is a lot of backstabbing. There is a lot. We work with humans. We work with people, and we really focus on empowering our team. Whether it's a recruiter, an office manager, an associate, we empower everybody. We really focus on that human connection. It's really important in our iStaffing culture.
Awesome. So, what do you suggest for some of the leaders over here? Because so I know that we have a lot of leaders, in our audience here and watching us across the globe. So what's one of the recommendations or strategies that you want to have them implement in their day-to-day work life?
I would say a strategy is just really getting the team together and really, I always like to do like a little team building where they come and we talk about the problems. I have a lot of even issues with, even sometimes happens within my leadership. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's where, and sometimes I like to collaborate. That's one of my favorite words in my company. Right. Even my team is always saying, but I think collaboration and really effective communication is important. Communication is key.
Right.
Just bringing them together. That's one of the strategies I use. They may not be comfortable. Sometimes we have those uncomfortable conversations, but they're the most powerful ones. And we like to just let everything out on the table without any judgment or anything like that, where they feel in a safe space.
Right. So do you suggest any specific executive leadership mentoring or any
Yes.
trainings that you can
Yes.
suggest?
Yes, so I actually really invest in my team, and we have a mentor who mentors our team once a week for 30 minutes. And he's an amazing philosopher, and he takes the time with our team for 30 minutes out of the week, and that's really made a big difference in them and empowering. That's what I mean by empowering.
Sure.
It's important because it all starts with you, with the person, and it's important. So.
Absolutely, that's a great answer. That's a perfect segue to May's question. So we talked about the leadership itself having issues across the table, right? So we've been a lot of leaders here, a lot of managers, directors, executives. We've been in the rooms where we talk for half a day, but come out of the room with nothing actually, right? Because everyone is an experienced guy, and every person has 30 years of experience in there, under the belt, and nothing comes out of that, right? So here, so in a given room, with the leaders, let's say executive leaders, you always have a combination of, somebody who talks out loud, right? And then some people, they are very quiet, they're listening. They stay with humility, they work with humility. But then some people are mediocre, right? Where they'll jump in when they get a chance and all, right? So what's your take on that? Like, as an executive director for engineering, like, how do you handle these situations when you have a room full of people like this?
Can you guys hear me? Okay. First of all, I would like to start by saying a big thank you for everyone visiting and attending this wonderful event. I know what effort it took to get this event going, so a big shout out to the whole team. This has been a tremendous, monumentous effort. And this organization is a testament to how to create leadership. And what I mean by that is, Patriji, when he started this organization, being his son-in-law, I firsthand got to witness so many of his amazing skills. And what was amazing was he would listen to people and he would be like, okay, why don't you take this and run with this initiative? So that's empowerment. That's
Absolutely.
Showing faith and trust in people. And even just in this organization, from what I understand, there are 22 subgroups that they created.
That's right.
22 leaders we created. This is a group which gives you platform to do so much management, so many activities. So this is tremendous. So thank you again for people attending. What you're seeing here is amazing. Coming back to your question, right? It takes, for me itself, there's a big realization moment of being conscious as a leader. A lot of times we work with a lot of prejudice, a lot of thinking about how people function. There's a lot of noise. Like you said, there's a lot of people who are very vocal. Being vocal doesn't mean everything you're saying is valuable. So the way I like to perform and the way I work with my team is, two main things are critical for me: empathy and empowerment. Especially when you're sitting in a room and listening to so many ideas, you have to first know your team strength, which comes from empathy, and understand, hey, this guy is quiet, but shallow waters run deep. Sometimes there are a lot of people who will not speak their ideas, but they are not comfortable. So how do you create that environment? Creating the environment is the key for me, and then empowering, trusting people. And then also the other big thing is empathy. A lot of times when you are in a position of power, it's very easy, someone makes a mistake, give them a piece of your mind. You're having a bad day, your employee did something wrong, lash it out on them. Yeah, it feels good for that 1 second,
right?
But then what does it do to the employee, to their confidence? Are we creating, and the model of leadership should be to create leaders, not you succeeding yourself.
Perfect.
So that's how, for me personally, it's am I giving my team the opportunity? And it took some time for me. Initially, I was hard work, someone will recognize me.
Right.
I realized, no, I have to speak for myself. But there's a limit. Right. That's where the noise comes into play.
Absolutely.
And then it takes some time to understand that you have to be comfortable in your skin. When you're in a meeting, more words doesn't mean quality. It's the impactful words. So that's where, the more conscious you are, the more aware you are, the more you will resonate with the leadership, the more your company grows, the more your team grows, and overall there's empowerment.
Beautiful answer over here. Thanks for that. A lot of things came out of that, right? So empathy, and we're talking about empowering and creating leaders, right? So as leaders, we always think that, okay, we're doing the heavy lifting of the entire world on us, right? That's not the real leadership. That's a manager, right? So there's a ton of difference between managers and leaders. And Mir, thank you for specifically saying that our role is to create more leaders, actually, right? So not just keep the power to ourselves, empower them, create more leaders as we kind of work through. And that's where the true leadership is. And conscious leadership, like I said, that is where, it plays a big important role with awareness and all. Beautiful answer. So that takes us to the next question for Anil. So today's world, very competitive, very challenging world. Take any industry, IT industry, industries, anything, medical. There's a lot of competition across the service providers or the companies or the teams, even within the same company, same organization. There's a lot of competition within the teams. So how do we, how do you see the collaboration being replacing the competition? Well, sometimes it's a healthy competition, sometimes it's poisonous, right? But how do you see the collaboration completely replacing the competition and still achieve the success? And what's your perspective, and what have you done in your past experience?
Yep. Hello. Yep. First of all, I'm going to put my organizer hat here, and
of course
I want to echo Meher's comments earlier, right? So, truly wonderful to see everyone joining us for this 3-day beautiful consciousness shift, and thank you from the bottom of our heart, the entire organization committee here. Pari is right there in front of us. So this event has gone through a lot. The shift has happened over a period of years. And it has started off back in India by Patriji, and then eventually made it to the US here in a global platform. So I truly, humbly request, right? It's a great opportunity. Please do spread the word when you can about the event, about the cause, about what we are doing from a meditation perspective. Thank you very much for that. And I'm going to take my corporate hat now. So to answer the question, it is, collaboration is key to success. We all know, especially coming from sales background, I live with vendors, partners, collaborators, service providers every day, right? It is absolutely key to understand what you want to get out, right? When you have stress, when you have a system that is on a chaotic basis, running on an ecosystem like the way we do in this modern world, it is next to, it's a very tough thing to really challenge and try to understand how to what extent you want to collaborate and how do you bring things together. Especially in the sales arena, it gets very difficult when you are strategizing aspects and trying to work with multiple different diversity environments in a global platform, and making sure that, I work for SAP, so our focus is all about selling SAP and the cloud business. So trying to bring all of that together and then collaborate without having that clear mindset is a big challenge. Even in my leadership and further to the executives within SAP, we have a program called Mindfulness Ambassador Program that we conduct. And through that, we bring that awareness to all the executives and leaders to understand the importance of collaboration, to understand the importance of level of awareness, and how you need to work with the diversified individuals, whether it is a particular sect of a group or it is a particular sect of a conversation that you are trying to get over with. It always requires for you to be consciously aware. So without having that mindful capability, it is going to be I'm not saying that it is impossible, but it's going to be a tougher conversation. So to bring back that conversation to the reality, so we have to bring some of these mindfulness techniques, which is what we are preaching here, the breath meditation, in absolute way. So we talk about breath, we talk about the stress aspects, we talk about the emotional balance, how the leaders need to look into, and how you can have the emotional quotient. When you're trying to have these very negotiated conversations where your deals are coming through in a multi-million closures. So it's all about, trying to bring it and empower it, right, within the organization.
Great answer, Anil. Actually, that speaks to the vision of our PSSM corporate wing, BEAT, right? So you talked about mindfulness, covered mindfulness. So the leaders need to be mindful, when they are operating in a day-to-day competitive world, challenging world. I mean, see, the world is not fair, right? There's no term called fairness in the workplace, right? Nothing is fair in the workplace. Let's accept it. So mindful leadership, conscious leadership, we talked about cultural changes. Let's get into the business aspect, right? So Andy, I'm sorry, Adam. So I think I said the wrong name again in the past too. So Adam, so I correct myself, apologies, sir. Adam, so conscious business, right? So I know you're one of the business owners. So today's world, everything is measured in terms of revenues. Any business, take any business, right? Any industry, but there is no measure of human consciousness or happiness, joy of the employees. And to me, employees, they're not just the resources, right? So they are the intellectual property. The teams are the intellectual property of the company, no matter what you do, like whether you're IT company, whether you're a construction company, whether you're a doctor, your team is the intellectual property, right? So how do you see, how do we change the perspective of key performance indicators, not just the revenues, but all the other aspects of the company, especially the, the joy and, the satisfaction of the employees?
Beautiful.
And the
Thank you.
business, obviously, at the end of the day.
Yeah, so where energy goes, where focus flows. So those KPIs and those critical drivers, we have to identify them and put them on that map or that scorecard. We need to see it as well. From a company organizational standpoint, we also want to identify the individual. They have to get it, they have to want it, and they have to have the capacity to do it, right? And then we have to set up our systems around that as well. Now, when we integrate consciousness within it, what is the cause? What's going to amplify their productivity and efficiency? Something that's more meaningful than themselves. How do we stand out beyond transactions so an individual feels so good that they're going to work? It's not, I have to go to work. I get to work. Correct. Right? So once we raise our individual consciousness, thus the collective consciousness with a culture, what everyone's mentioning here, with a key scoreboard, what is our focus of an organization? What's our ethos? What is that mission statement? If we're all tuned in, then it gets fun. Super fun.
Right, absolutely. So the individual consciousness, adding up to the group consciousness, and then ultimately to the company consciousness, and then the ultimate success, we call it as business consciousness, I guess. We can call it as a overall business consciousness. That's a good answer.
And may I say one
please,
more thing?
Please.
And when we deeply care about the other individual, I call it a quad win stack. So 4 wins. If the other person who we're serving has to win. And then if we care about who they're serving, they have to win. It has to be a good, valid product, right? Then humanity has to win, okay? And then the final thing is we'll win last. Now, if we focus on those 4 things and those 4 wins in the quad, if we take it one step further, let's add another paradigm on it. How can we become a prayer answered for the other individual? This is a full love and above frequency shift.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very well said, very well said. And like you said, right, identifying the persona of our, it could be a client, it could be a team member, it could be a boss, it could be executive. So that's very well said. Thank you, Adam. So guys, we are running out of time, so I'll have one last question, a common question. If you can just take probably 1 minute each of you. Just see, mental wellness is a buzzword. Right? Every company, no matter small, big, corporate, it's a very big word right now. Everybody's talking about, especially the HR, human resources is talking about mental wellness. But what exactly, I want to know, and then please, if you can share experiences or what are you guys doing to your companies and the team members. We can start with you, Madam, please.
So what are we doing from...
For the mental wellness of your team members or the company? What are some of the programs that you have, or
Yep.
some trainings, whatever?
Absolutely. So I love self-development, focus, energetics, all of these things. I have to go into a consciousness myself, thus inviting them in a healthy way that's not an extra workload for them. So really deeply caring about our employees is huge.
Yeah.
Beyond that, we love to do little jackpots as well. So
Sure.
surprise different bonuses for them.
Yeah.
It could be experiential, it could be different things, and that gets them pumped because they never know when it is. But we're always watching their performance. So if we deeply care and they're feeling that they're looked after, seen, heard, and understood,
Right.
now we can get to the next level and our organization keeps thriving.
Excellent. Thank you, Adam, for that answer. Appreciate it. Yes, ma'am, please, if you can answer to that.
Yes, so, it's going to sound a little funny, but our whole team loves this, and it shows their creative side. They really focus on being innovative with TikToks, believe it or not. Yeah, you would be surprised. All of our team members, they kind of get out of their shell, and they do something creative. And I think when you do something creative, it really does less stress, and you have a little more fun with it, and you're still doing work, and they love it. And so I would say TikToks. I know it sounds a little funny, but they love it.
Of course, right? Something out of your computers, basically,
Exactly.
out of work.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Mir?
Yeah, I think it's about time people start talking about mental wellness. I think at work, stress, people talk about stress, but they don't truly understand what it does to you. Until it manifests into some sort of like disease, then there is a cure, there is a way to diagnose it.
Right.
But until it becomes something, it's very hard to measure stress. People behave differently in stress. So I think it's time we are saying the right things. And as in my company, there has been some initiatives where they're teaching meditation, yoga, and different techniques. So that's a step in the right direction.
Right.
And as leaders, us recognizing, again, to me, a big thing for me is empathy. Like the more we understand, the more we can help people deal with their stress and the environment we create. So I think we're moving in the right direction. There is still a long way to go. I think they need PSSM corporate.
Absolutely. We're coming in there, right? You guys get ready. Please, Anil.
I go to everyone, right? I mean, it is very essential to have an organization like PSSM Corporate to be able to work hand in hand with the corporate cultured organizations, right?
Right.
I mean, everyone has got something going on, right? Whether we know it or not. So to bring all of that together, even, in SAP specifically, we have got this mindfulness ambassador programs. We also have breath programs. We also have emotional intelligence programs, right? And it is, in a way, mandate for all the leaders to be part of those sessions, to be able to hear, to be able to learn, to be able to focus. We also send the leaders to the retreats, make sure that they're really getting that stress out, and then emotionally they're very balanced, especially in negotiating deals and all that.
Right.
So it is a day-to-day thing. I mean, even though we don't recognize it yet, but it is hidden, it is there. So working with, any spiritual organizations like, corporates, PSSM Corporate will help us to unravel that mystery and then become more partners.
Great answers, great answers. So well, we all agree that we need to bring in meditation to the corporates, right? So let's go PSSM Corporate. Let's go beat.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, wonderful answers. We're ending this session. Okay, great. Thank you so much again for the opportunity. And I know we have more coming up, so please don't go anywhere. We have some nice items that are the numbers that our DJ is playing. So let's get ready to do some moves. All right? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Guys, panelists, could you just stay back on the stage really quick? So let's all witness this felicitation to all our panelists by Sundar and Bharati. Awesome. That was really enlightening. So, thanks to all of our panelists, Chandu, Adam, Cindy, Meher, and Anil, for sharing their valuable insights, experiences, and wisdom. So, definitely, your stories remind us that true leadership is not just about success, but about service, purposes, and transformations. So thank you for inspiring us to elevate our lives, our businesses, and our consciousness. So guys, I have further today, again, a quick reminder. So we are hosting 2 workshops later today, one at 5:45 p.m. to 7:30. By Maheshwari Kumari, and 7:30 to 9 p.m. by GK Spiritual Tablets. So both are hosted at Hilton, Lawndale. So if you need more information, please reach out to any of us here. And we had an amazing day and amazing performances, amazing experience sharings, and definitely we have welcomed lots of guests tonight. So the same thing, we are going to have much more fun tomorrow, definitely. So we have the same schedule, a live music meditation starting at 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., 5 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. and followed by many more activities by Paima Youth, singing performances, and tomorrow's major guest would be Yvonne. And the best part about tomorrow's afternoon session would be, if you have any question so far not yet answered, yes, you can bring back that question to tomorrow's Q&A session here, which is hosted tomorrow afternoon, and followed by a Spanish dance. So thank you all for being here tonight and experiencing everything. So let us all meet tomorrow morning. And before ending this, there is a quick checkpoint that, there are many more books about real experiences. And if you really want to know more about the, there are many more books that have been written based on a true experiences, true life stories. So more likely there are books on Patriji. So you can basically reach out to stall number 1, which is PSSM Global, where you can find the true stories and written by Patriji. So I would really request and suggest that you could help the community grow with fundraisings. You can just help out yourself because they are amazing self-help books. So right now, we have a couple of hours where you can just do social networking and vendor hours. So right outside we have a bunch of stalls, so you can go help yourselves out. Thank you all for being here. Have a great night. Guys, there is a free form dance. If anybody wants to dance, please just come on to the stage and you can dance. Get a good. Everyone, another announcement, sorry. So if you want to eat or any snack or anything, there is a food vendor as well outside, so you can help yourselves out there. So there are food stalls as well.